What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? I'm the Godless Engineer, and I critically analyze apologist claims to give you the best arguments and information so that you can stand up and use your voice. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a video that is presenting 10 historical facts about Jesus. These are not going to be historical facts about Jesus, just to let you know right off the bat. All of these are 10 non-historical things about Jesus. First one, namely, being that he existed. That's not a fact. There are people that definitely believe that to be a thing, but to be an established fact, you have to have evidence behind it, and I don't find any evidence to support the idea that Jesus actually existed in history. We're going to be taking a look at this woman's 10 facts about Jesus that turn out to be non-facts.
Hey, did you know, friend, that Jesus was not a good-looking guy, unlike those Hollywood movies that make him kind of handsome with that dashing beard, mustache, all that going on, and long hippie hair? He was actually not an attractive man. In Isaiah 53, it says he had no beauty, nothing physical to which we would be attracted to him, and nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. Stick around, we got more to come.
Okay, so this is going to be an interesting video. I had no idea she had multiple personalities. I'm no stranger to presenting my multiple personalities here on the channel, so I can respect that. But what she's saying here is just not true. For one thing, she's using Isaiah 53 to describe a supposed historical person that came like 100 or 200, 300 years after that particular thing was written. You can't use that to say, oh, Jesus definitely was an ugly motherfucker. I think that Jesus, if he were to have actually existed, would have just been your regular old Jew walking around first century Judea, which essentially means we don't really know a whole hell of a lot about him, right? We can't tell if he was ugly, if he was good looking. Honestly, I don't know if you could really tell us what people considered to be beautiful or ugly at that time. I mean, you can subjectively judge it now, but to come out at the very start of your video here and be like, Jesus was an ugly fuck. We know that because of Isaiah, who lived many years before supposed Jesus. He said that Jesus would be an ugly fuck, so obviously he was an ugly fuck. How can you argue against that? If you're just going to pull bullshit out of your ass and just say something is a fact without actually proving it, what can you really say to refute it? Other than, you just pulled it out of your ass.
Hi friend, welcome to UBU for One. I'm Karina, and I'm going to share with you today 10 agreed upon scholarly facts that both believing and non-believing scholars agree upon with regards to Jesus.
All right, that's very important here, that you have to understand that she's only talking about the believing and non-believing scholars to which this would directly apply. That would be New Testament scholars, which is a majority of them are Christian. A few of them are not, the New Testament scholars. Historians, historians studying this particular period of time, which there's probably not going to be a lot of non-religious people that are going to be studying this period of time. But as far as historians go, the historians do have some that believe in the historical Jesus or in these historical facts, and then there are some that don't. That's the thing about history, is that it's all very subjective. It's all in how you interpret the information. And you can find scholars on both sides of the issue. What I want to highlight here is that she said that this is agreed upon universally, from people that don't believe in God or Jesus to the people that do. The problem is, though, is that the people that do believe in God and Jesus cover the majority of scholars that exist in this field. And that's a problem, especially when concerning the historical nature of the Bible.
Let's get started. Fact number 1. Jesus really existed. We not only look at the 4 Gospels that spoke of Jesus' existence and the disciples' interactions with him, but we also see from writings outside of the Bible by contemporary authors and historians.
All right, so first fuck up here. Not all historians agree that the Gospels are like independent eyewitness testimony of Jesus, or can really account for a historical Jesus in the first place. They all come many years after Jesus supposedly died and were written by people that do not cite their sources. No reasonable historian should conclude that the four Gospels represent anything about reality. And in fact, the majority of scholars to which can have a qualified opinion on this subject, they all agree that they are not eyewitness accounts, that they are in fact made up mythical books that come way after the fact. That's what the scholarship says. Remember, she's supposed to be saying shit that all scholars agree about. And the first thing that she mentions is not true. Next, let's get into these sources that she says are contemporary to Jesus. First, she's got Flavius Josephus. Flavius Josephus was born like 30 some odd years after Jesus died, so not a contemporary. Tacitus, he was writing in the 2nd century, not a contemporary. Lucian of Samosata, that's a laughable one because he definitely wasn't a contemporary of Jesus.
Who wrote about the Christians and the man, the Christ, the Jesus that they followed, corroborating with the Gospels that Jesus actually walked on earth.
Well, no, all of these people would have used the Gospels in order to inform their writings, especially Tacitus and Lucian of Samosata. Either directly or indirectly, it really doesn't matter. Indirectly, though, I believe both Tacitus and Lucian would have been informed about the beliefs of Christians. Just because somebody wrote about Christian beliefs doesn't mean that those beliefs are true. But of course, remember, she's supposed to be presenting things that all scholars agree about. If you have a little asterisk next to the all scholars part and just say New Testament scholars that are definitely Christian and agree with me,